I realized I had my mic muted this whole time. Granted, this whole time is all of 1 minute. I do think this will be the last time I ever stream this. Because we're going to wrap up the Rapports. And then, yeah. Wait, what do you mean continue? What? On my soft lock. Huh? A load game. I mean... Fuck. Did I break this? What the fuck? Let me close this. Oh, what? I want to continue from my save. That should not be a difficult thing to figure out. You know what it is? Because I keep pressing circle. I'm an idiot. Yes, that's save. There we go. Okay, there we go. So, I'll be fully honest, guys.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the force?
8 months. You're almost born, Stardust. You're almost born. I mean, I said I'd stream on Friday. I just am streaming late. Okay, there's 3 reasons why I'm streaming late. Hello, Jared. 3 reasons why I'm streaming late. 1, y'all are degenerates, and I knew this, so I delayed this deliberately. Number 2, I may or may not have started a new game, but I'm not streaming because I don't need to stream it. But there may be another game I was working on. And it may or may not be Pokemon related. And I may or may not be hooked on it. I may or may not have tweeted about it. Elaine and Joseph. That's a good starting point, I think. Just make sure the mic's good. It occurs to me, Joseph, that and we start off with a typo. Okay. It occurs to me, Joseph, that I never be standing here now without your tireless support. I know I may be tired, but I'm still the fucking GOAT. All your highness, in fact, I believe it is your kindness which has drawn such a wealth, strength to our army. Beg to differ. I'm not sure you remember this, but... Yashubaku Dono. Oh, he's got black hair! Shall be enough training for the day, my prince. Am I getting stronger now? Not yet. No. True power demands years of daily practice, while our work has only continued for mere months. Understood. Hey, look at that flower. I wish my mommy was here to see it. Hey, what flowers? Indeed she did. Certain the sight would bring her great joy. Oops. Something the matter? I'm sorry, Joseph. Or what exactly? I'm not supposed to think about mommy anymore. Why would you believe such a thing? Well, she's gone, right? Nothing I do is ever gonna bring her back. Little does he know. Little does he know. Forgive me for saying so, but you are gravely mistaken, your highness. You've no need to forget her memory, or to stop speaking of her. Really? The only thing you mustn't do is let yourself be held captive by your grief. But remembering mommy makes me sad. Oh, that's actually kind of sad. That's actually pretty... the natural thing for the time being. Those memories should be the very thing that drives you forth in life. Treasure them. You treasured your mother herself. And pray, never forget that I shall always stand by you in your times of need. Okay. I suppose I had forgotten that, yes? I may not be your son, but you raised me as a father all the same. In a sense, it's almost as though I stole your life from you. Do not think such falsehoods, your highness. I am the blade of the royal family, sworn to serve your lineage for the remainder of my days, as I always have, ever since I was first appointed Knights Captain. You have my thanks, Joseph, showing me such warmth of heart all these years. It is an honor, my prince, to have watched you grow into the fine young man you are today. A task which I shall greatly continue as long as I have left on this earth. I kind of wondered if, like, they thought about killing him off, maybe. I think that would have been, like, a cool story beat to try to weave together. It's true, Elaine really is just Roysander. Who are you? How do adults keep it all straight? That's a good question. Brady's a bitch. Hey, Rolf. Son of a... not a shepherd, but a hunter. You used to be a hunter, yes, Rolf? How did you come to forego that in favor of organizing a local militia? It's simple, really. I needed a way to keep my town safe from Zenoira. Of course, by then I always heard the rumors about you and your liberation. If I abandoned the militia and joined you instead, my people would have been left to fend for themselves. That just wasn't going to happen. The right decision, should you ask me. Things are different now, though. Our army is big enough to protect entire nations, not just a couple little towns. Meaning I can do a lot more with you than I ever could on my own. Helps that we have a reliable commander leading the charge as well. I appreciate that. Yet I feel as though I must return the compliment. Not every man is capable of mustering an armed force. But you did so with great conviction. Never expected a single thing in return. What's up, Nova? Nova, I have not read all the comments, but as the only person in this stream chat that normally would watch my regular content on Arknights, I need you to tell me how much of a landmine those comments are. I just gotta see the dislikes go up, but then the views go with it. And I'm like, wait. Why am I hated? Why do these motherfuckers hate me? Siege fell off. We've known this for years. Why are they mad? I speak the truth. Anyways, peace for the towns and villages of this land is reward enough for me. As you know, our initial goal in forming the liberation was simply the task of reclaiming Cornea. Yet now we seek to deliver peace to the entire continent over. It is as you say, Rolf. There can be no greater reward. I may not always be the decisive person, my prince. But I know why I fight, and I know who I wish to fight beside. Please, grant me the honor of remaining ever close to you. Together, we can finally bring our dreams of peace to fruition. We want nothing more, Rolf. Yeah, let me put my hat on. God, it's cold. I'm really happy whenever it's like 30 degrees and not like sub 20. Like, I can handle -2 Celsius max. Otherwise, fuck it, I need the heat on and I might as well be in shorts at that point, which is what upsets me. I really wish I had heat where I could have it a little on. Then my pajamas and sweater and hat combo actually meant something, but no. It's either all or nothing with this shitty heater. I'm like, ugh. Right, we have this top part. Let's go to Bruno. This one looks like a bitch to find. Oh no, it's right here. Why don't you tell me more about your time with the Tricorns, Bruno? Be glad to. Probably don't know this, but it was actually me who got the band up and running. Oh? And how did Berengaria end up captain instead of you? At the start, it was just me and a couple of friends looking to make a few gold. So you can imagine how happy we were taking our first job. Go hunt down some bandits. But we ended up getting beat. And bad, at that. Took everything I had to help my friends get away. It wasn't long till the bandits caught up to me. Beat the living hell out of me to make sure I never mess with them again. You mean to say you served as a decoy? So the captain does, yep. I wasn't gonna go let my men get concerned. Or cornered. Anyway, right as I was passing out, a big old carriage comes rolling up to the bandits' fort. The door flung open. Before I knew it, some noblewoman was stepping out of the thing. One swing of her axe, and the bastards were done for. I'm talking about Berengaria, if you couldn't guess. What do you think she said when she pulled me up off the ground? This is sounding more like a storybook with every word. I assume she wanted to know if you were okay? Nope. She gave me a big old smile and asked if I was willing to let her join my band. It seems she was still just as imposing then as she is now. None of it made sense, really. Why would someone tough as her want to join us? I wasn't going to turn her down either. So I asked how she'd feel about being our captain. Of course she said yes, as long as I'd let her brother come. And just like that, the Tricorns were off and running. Interesting. I never knew that was how you met them. Kinda seemed like fate, you know. Same as it did when I met you. Me. Yep. I was coming to you after you broke that spell. I felt like I was getting saved by the boss all over again. Oh, you big time for that gentrification. I doubt this will make up for it. I'm gonna keep giving everything I got for the liberation. Glad to hear you say that. Glad to have met you as well. Only for your strength in battle, for your resolute and unwavering friendship. Huh. Well, there's plenty more where that came from. Okay, the Blaze one, let's be honest. We all know Blaze has been power crept. But we're all like, when did this happen? It just kind of happened to us and we were like, huh. All I'm saying is, give me Blaze Altar. Give me Blaze Altar right now. Give me Blaze Altar. I don't know what it would be, but I need that. The Aqua one? Listen, y'all know I'm right, because no one used that motherfucker, and he doesn't do shit. And people are like, I'll use him for this thing. I'm like, tell me how. I literally said, tell me how in the video. The Schwartz one is cope. The Schwartz is actual cope from people. Okay, yeah, Schwartz is hot. Schwartz was my second 6-star. I've never maxed her. I never relied on her that much. That's what I'm saying, Nova. It just happened. How's it going? Like, Schwartz was one of my first 6-stars. Never used that bitch like that. She's so niche. And we have better ones now. I have Typhon. I just need Typhon. Anyways, Elaine Morden. That you, sir? What are you doing back in Barbatimo? Well, I see what's happening here. All your drinking finally got you thrown out of that army. Like hell it did. Say that again, I dare you. How fair's that errand you mentioned, Morden? Oh, hold on a second. Aren't you the commander of the Liberation? I should have guessed that had something to do with that girl you were so fond of, sir. I knew she asked you to fix up the walls, but you had left the war before you ever got the chance to do it. Makes sense you want to come home and right that wrong, though. Really have to spell it out like that? In any event, we're only here because Morden requested we take a detour as we were passing through the region. Well then, what are we waiting for? The Iron Helves will be glad to help spruce our city up a bit. The ones of us that are left, at least. We'll also need to resupply the Liberation stores. Morden, meaning we'll be staying in the area at least for the time being. If you wish to aid in the renovations, now is perhaps your best chance. Thanks for this, Elaine. Try to make it quick. Our old boss hasn't changed a bit, you know. Every ounce as warm and considerate as always. Right you are. While he often strives not to show such traits, you can sense them beneath the surface almost constantly. At heart, he is one of the kindest, most dedicated souls I've ever had the honor of coming across. Probably one of the heaviest drinkers, too. That's enough standing around, though. I should get in there and help him. All done now. Sorry, kid, didn't mean to drag you into this. What are you looking at me like that for? Nothing to worry about. Thank you, Morden, for everything that you do for us as a member of the murder gang. How did he know about that? I mean, a lot of the stuff we have is late game stuff, so it's going to be more wholesome. Lane Berenice. Let's do this one first. This is a Lane Berenice, I lied. Yet again, your training proves a true test of mettle, Berenice. But hey, at least you've got the guts to keep coming back for more. Almost reminds me of myself when I was younger. Does it now? You probably won't believe it looking at me. But I got bullied all the time as a kid. It does come as a surprise, yes. Well, blame all the bad harvests we used to have. I was barely skin and bones most of the time. But I wanted nothing more to be able to stand up for myself. So I started training. Now look at me. Tough enough to take down every last bully in Fevrith. That's why I decided to become a knight, actually. Help kids like me who didn't have it in them to fight back. Didn't last all that long, sadly. But whether it's in the biggest war or the tiniest brawl, this world preys on the weak day in and day out. And someday, I'm gonna change that. I hope you do. You're fighting for the same reason, right? Like a better life for all our people. I am. We really should be getting back to our training now, Berenice. Sorry, I'm not in the mood anymore. I think I need a little change of pace after all that depressing stuff. What did you have in mind? A rematch? Still haven't gotten over losing to you the day we met. I should have known you'd suggest another form of exercise.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the force?
Hey, it's not like you're any better. You and I both know you'd rather be doing this than selling your painting. Hold on. I won't deny that, and I suppose it would do us well to measure the results of our training. Just didn't expect it to go as easy as last time, yeah? Kyle, because... I played this game. That's what happened. Okay, Nova, that just means Typhon's the GOAT, period. If she shreds defense and res, it just means she's the GOAT. I could say something. I never mentioned the actual bad archetypes. Okay, here's the thing. Those didn't exist in Year 1 Nova. Abjurers were not 6 stars in Year 1. Pushers, Weedy, came with W. And I didn't really count W, I just put it in the thumbnail for clickbait. I wasn't actually going to count W. Polar's Gladio was not year 1, so that's why I didn't talk about him. And low-key, Gladio got better. Actually, was Gladio Year 1? No. What was Undertides? Undertides wasn't Year 1. It wasn't Year 1. That was Year 2. That was Year 2. I'm not crazy. What do you mean Kyle's streaming at 3 a.m. still? I really need to... Oh my gosh, Nintendo controllers. Kept pressing circle. I keep pressing circle because that's where A is. Oh, dear God. Anyways, yeah, I need my subs back. Aphelion and Lenologos, let's get this out of the way. Aphelion! Please, Lenologos. Embrace me any tighter and you'll squeeze the life out of me. Give me. I'm merely pleased to see that the little nuisance I once knew has grown into a fine young... Oh, he's older. One who seemingly refuses to use anything but my full name now. I rather like Lynn, you know. Enough. I'm not a child anymore. Yes, I can see that. You stand a mighty warrior now. And having observed you in our most recent battle, I dare say your skill with a blade surpasses even my own. Do you really mean that? But of course. You've come a long way from your days of mischief, leaving twigs at any fairy who dare venture too close. Spare me the mockery, I beg you. In all seriousness, though, it seems you were right to have chosen the blade rather than the bow. It was either that, or living your shadow for the rest of my life. Now I can stand on my own, unmatched my prowess with the sword. Even now I shudder to think the shame I would feel if Terra Tolinda were to see you coming to my rescue. Yet you've grown more than strong enough to ease such fears. Only because I had you teaching. All the same, I'm certain Terra Rosalinda, proud indeed to have a fencer of your caliber at her side. Oh, we have more on either end, so... This is Elaine. Gilbert might as well do that one. Let us begin, Elaine. Indeed. Such is the bite of my royal blade. It is an impressive art, one which took all my effort to avoid, even with the knowledge it was coming. Why the fuck don't you do that in combat, Gilbert? Shall we go again, then? It would be my honor. Ready thyself, Elaine. What is the meaning of this? You all right, Gilbert? Oh, he... Ah, it is but a flame bug. What are you doing to my leg? Nearly sucking out the venom, of course.
Oh.
Where's B when I need her? Do not have such insects in Drakenhold. If you fail to quickly tend to their bite, they will swell in size and begin to assail you with searing pain. Now, this may hurt, Gilbert, but I ask that you suffer through it. You needn't do any such thing, I assure you. There. Should be all. You encounter these flame bugs of yours often. It appears you have a wealth of experience in the matter. As would any child in Cornea, yes. Though... suppose I did notice a conspicuous lack of insect life back in Drakenhold. Certainly compared to the massive swarms I would often encounter on Palavia. Do you fear them much in the same way Virginia does? You truly are an unusual prince, Elaine. Dodge a topic, dodge a topic, dodge a topic. So I understand now why Virginia approved of you. What do you mean? You didn't mention? That she deemed you unworthy of the throne when you first set foot in Drakenhold. You planned to cut you down where you and now she wants to be now she wants to bear my... You know what? I'm not gonna finish this thought. That seems rather harsh, yet not altogether unexpected. You'd always hoped she would be the one to rebuild your nation, you know. And you've seen the extent of her skill with the blade. Such expertise can only come from years of dedicated training. It seemed at times that she wished to follow directly in Queen Elenia's regal footsteps. But it was a pursuit she would surely resume, should you ever be unfortunate enough to fall in battle. But be warned, Elaine, will not accept your failure kindly. Chilling notion indeed. You walk, Gilbert. We should get you to a healer with all haste. And let us be off. Also, never mention this to anyone. If they ever come that Elaine is crowned king, Cornea shall surely be forever changed. As shall the rest of Fevrith along with it. Dracula don't suck. He scrape, then lick. Scrape, then lick. Dracula, please! I need you to suck the venom out from my bones. Dracula! How many times Dracula gotta tell you this? Dracula, don't suck! Scrape and lick! Prima-numerous. This land is incredible, isn't it? So many flowers. So much green. It must be quite a change from the barren red expanses you're used to. It is. I come from a particularly arid region of Drakenhold, where plant life doesn't even dare to grow. The only flowers I ever encountered were the ones imported from my medicines. Does that mean this is your first time seeing them in bloom? Well, yes. The truth is, I had never actually left Drakenhold before joining the Liberation. But now that I have, it's quite a moving sight. I understand exactly what you mean. Though, to be frank, it only reminds me of how foolish I was for turning my beloved garden into a place of war. Sorry? I'd like you to have these, Prim. They're flower seeds from the shores of Albion. As long as you give them the proper care and attention, they'll grow anywhere, even in the most unforgiving of soils. But I don't expect you'll have the chance to plant them until the war is over. Oh, thank you, Humorous. My entire life I've dreamt of seeing my home covered in fields of beautiful flowers. Once it finally is, maybe then people will stop wanting to harm our lands with all this endless conflict. An admirable thought. I'll do whatever I can to make it a reality, Prim. I'd like nothing more. Cute. I mean, it is an iconic moment. Well, I have it memorized in my brain. I even after like not seeing it for probably like 2 decades. Alright. Just don't want to see these. Let's pivot a little bit. Do Bertrand's. Why not? Unify and Bertrand. Hey Bertrand, want to hear some new battle strategies I've been working on? We've been doing this whole war thing for years now, so I thought maybe you'd have some good insight.
I would be glad to. Elder like me could never turn down the opportunity to instruct his younger generations.
Thanks. To start, I was thinking we could take advantage of how cold it gets here in Bistorius. Maybe if we just threw some water on the enemy, they'd get frozen in place and wouldn't be able to move.
Using our natural habitat as a weapon in itself is an excellent approach, yes. But I fear preventing the water from freezing before battle will prove far too difficult to pass.
Huh, you're right. There's no point in just carrying around buckets of ice.
If we wish to freeze our enemies, it would be much more realistic to do so using a sorcerer's ice magic.
Good point. No, buckets weighing us down that way too. Now on to my second idea. Let's say, trying to figure out where an enemy base is. Well, why don't we just slip a scrap of our clothes into their pocket and follow the scent all the way back?
Another fascinating tactic.
Isn't it? I got the idea from a book I was reading. So, that's actually about dogs tracking smells, not bestrels.
It may still prove an effective method either way, but trying to use it against an enemy with noses as keen as ours would only risk our own safety in the return.
I hadn't thought of that. A wolf bestrel would be on us in no time. Well, this strategy stuff is impossible.
Perhaps, but you mustn't discount yourself either. You have strong ideas, Unify, albeit somewhat bizarre ones. More than anything, I think it's truly amazing how much thought you've put into this.
Thanks, Bertrand. I knew I made the right choice coming to you. What if we do this again once I think of more ideas?
Of course, I'll be here anytime you need me. Damn shame you don't have any good ideas, so we never get to continue this rapport.
Unify and Morard.
Interesting.
Thank you. Oh, I was thinking of Morden. Thank you both for the wonderful gifts, and of course the fine meal as well. It's been some time indeed since the three of us last dined like this, but I pray we can do it again sooner rather than later. Think she was happy with that?
Think. Sure she was.
Looks like all that time we spent planning paid off then. And seeing how much Ramona was enjoying it, I honestly couldn't help but smile too.
Indeed. One of the finest days I can ever remember.
By the way, Morard, don't you think it's a little colder than usual today?
Not particularly, no. You come down with a fever, Unify. Let me feel your forehead.
Well, no, that's not.
Body temperature seems to be normal. Your hands are practically frozen solid.
My hands? Oh, well, speaking of hands, I actually have a present for you, Morard.
You?
Here, I hope you like it.
What magnificent mittens.
And sorry about earlier. I only asked if you were cold because I wasn't sure how to bring it up.
Don't apologize, Unify. The truth is, I bought you a pair of mittens as well.
You did? And they're even the same style as the ones I got you. Just a lot smaller.
I, too, wasn't sure how to broach the topic earlier. My comment about your hands was the best attempt I could make.
And here I thought this kind of stuff only happens in fairy tales.
As did I, but I won't complain to how we both came up with the same idea. Thank you, Unify. I'll think of you every time I put them on.
Same here. Coincidence or not, I'm glad we got to match now.
Guess we should both wear them when the three of us next have dinner together. Though I imagine Ramona would feel left out without mittens of her own.
That's an easy problem to solve. Let's buy her some.
Yes, let's.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on her face when we give them to her.
That's cute. That's a cute one. It's just like Ferdinand and Hubert when they buy each other the coffee and tea. Let me see if I can get to this last one over here. Bertrand and Leia. Okay, I was expecting Goville, but this makes sense. Lower your blade, Leia. Not some wild beast if that's what you're worried about.
Give me, Sir Bertrand. In this dark, all I could see was your massive frame and fur-clad ears. I thought you an animal come to devour our rations.
Natural assumption. If anything, I'd be more concerned had the sight not put you on edge.
Still, I worry what might have happened had I swung at you by mistake. If only we had a way to set you apart even at a glance. By the way, what is that you're holding?
Flowers for my son. The anniversary of his death is fast approaching.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I won't be there to lay them on his grave given the progress of our march. I thought to at least gather his favors and carry them with me in remembrance.
This may sound like an odd suggestion, Sir Bertrand, but have you considered affixing one of those flowers to your armor?
Set me apart as you mentioned before.
It's actually not what I meant. In a sense, it might help you feel like your son is still here, traveling beside you all the while. No flower lives forever, of course, but it should last through his anniversary at least.
And I'll do just that. Thank you, Leia. You, my son. Deeply as I yearn to see you again. Here our reunion will have to wait.
Okay, so this is just Heismay. This is just Heismay's backstory. Chris, I don't even... That's a chat can figure that one out. I don't even care about Christmas shit that much. Melisandre and Calm up here.
Oh!
Calm?
It's an ambush, my lady. You must escape.
And abandon you to die? I'll do no such thing.
I'll not be far behind you, I swear it.
But go while you still have time. Kyle, get me a tier list maker for characters in this game.
I beg you, don't waste your energy on me.
I'm not leaving you here.
You must. There's no knowing what the numbers the enemy brings.
Cease this complaining at once. I'm staying with you and that's final. Just as you stood by me when House Mie was on the verge of collapse. Now we're making back together, Colm, even if I have to carry you myself. Oh shit! Persistent little pests, aren't they?
Incredible skill, my lady. Deflected their arrows as though they were a child's playthings.
You're awfully chipper for someone who's just been shot in the leg. Does it hurt?
True, and here is that to my pride. I've placed you in great danger yet.
And there, that's the bleeding stop. Come, we should be out of their sight if we can just make it over to that ridge.
Very well.
How many ambushes in these reports?
I'm certainly grateful for the aid, my lady. You must never put yourself in such peril, especially not for the sake of a mere servant in your employ. Should a similar predicament ever arise again, there shall only be one proper course of action. Forsake me and see that you yourself live on.
Home.
What is it?
You're hereby forbidden to die before my wedding day. That's an order.
I understand, my lady.
No more talk of me abandoning you, either.
As you wish. I'll not depart this world without first witnessing your happiest of moments.
Glad to hear it. Oh, that's cute.
As for me, well, I'm simply honored to serve such a wonderful woman.
Oh, I love her. She needs a figure.
Why is she not getting one? Alright.
Let's do a Scarlet one. There's a lot up here. Let's do Amalia Leia, because we're here. More Leia. Keep it inconsistent. Oh, Amalia. I didn't realize you were out here. Hmm? Oh, it's you. Gilbert's, My name is Leia. Right, sure. So do you need something? Forgive me the sudden request, but I was wondering if you might honor me with a sparring session. A revenge match, is it? Fine by me. I hoped you would say that. Now let us commence. He's going to get swatted like a fly. You jumped pretty well there. It looks like I win again. Thank you for agreeing to this, Amalia. You've shown me just how far I've yet to climb. Hey, I was happy to lock swords for a bit. And if it makes you feel any better, that was like night and day compared to our fight at the Colosseum. You got good at keeping up the pressure, and didn't waste even the slightest movement. There was a real flow to it too, almost like a strong, steady river. Not to mention your aim. Every strike was headed straight for the gaps in my armor. Perfect strategy for someone your size to topple a brute like me. Do you truly mean that? To be honest, hearing such words fills me with confidence. Especially after how easily you swatted me away when we first met. In that moment, I swore to rededicate myself to my training. Oh, now I'm remembering what happened. I'd like to spar with you again sometime if you wouldn't mind. Just say the word and I'm there. You have my thanks, Amalia. And with that, I take my leave. Farewell for now. Damn. Better train harder if I don't want to end up on the end of her sword. Not bad. Is there one up there? There is one up there. Start banging these out. Gilbert Jeremy. Nothing like a good drink to keep the old spirits high. Pardon me, barkeep. I'd like to sample a flagon of your finest mead if you would. What's a king doing in a rundown little alehouse like this? How else should I experience the life of a commoner in my charge? Not to mention, I've heard the fare here is quite palatable indeed. All of you march for the liberation, yes? And worry not. Your meals this eve shall come straight from the royal treasury. I'll let us drink to a day well won, and greater luck in the battles ahead. Ugh. How am I supposed to relax now? One wrong word and my head will be decorating the walls of Soldraga. Unless, maybe this is just the chance I've been waiting for. Listen, boss. This is your first time here, yeah? How about I show you how it's done? Your name was Jeremy, wasn't it? I would be much obliged, thank you. Alright, first things first. This kind of place is about more than just drinking. Gotta eat, too. Now with a knife and fork. What do you think this is, one of your fancy feasts? My apologies. Barkeep was kind enough to provide utensils, but I assumed it only proper that I make good use of them. Well, that's what you get for assuming. Besides that cheese any there, it might as well not even exist. Ah, our drinks! I was coming for it before to finish them in as few gulps as possible, yes? In that case, pray for me, friends. I do this in the name of knowledge. Hey, slow down there, boss. You don't gotta... This tavern is every word as magnificent as I'd heard. Another round, barkeep. Guess the kid can drink more than I thought. Hey, I want to take it easy. Unless you're looking forward to a pounding headache in the morning. A rightful king shall never feel the pains of tomorrow. Now come, join me, Jeremy. Uh-oh. We got a long night ahead of us. Watch Gilbert be fine and Jeremy's gonna be sloshed. It was truly a finer evening than I can remember. Ugh. Who could have guessed free drinks be this nerve-wracking? Maybe next time I'll just slip out the back when I see him coming. We'll see. Bitch boy? So bitch boy can't handle his liquor? I just call being old. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get a beer. Ugh, neighbors are being loud as fuck for a moment. Alright, I actually do need to drink some of my beers. Ooh, that one definitely got picked up by the mic. Because we're actually low on fridge space after our Christmas I wouldn't say feast, but like, we had a little thing. Alright, this one is Amalia and Chloe. Okay. Well, hers are close by. Easy does it. Amalia? Where'd you get all that food? I didn't steal it from our stores if that's what you're worried about. Went and hunted it myself, actually. It should be enough to get me through the day. The day? But it must be half my body weight. I already told you, didn't I? A woman my size eats as much as 5 men. Only natural when you've got a body this big. Anyway, you mind cooking that up for me? Just go ahead and toss all in one big pot. Don't worry about your fancy knife work or elaborate seasoning. You'll be taking all night with this, you know. I'll just toss some salt on top once it's finished. As long as you're sure. It must be tough eating all this in one sitting. Got that right. I spend my time swinging my sword than shoveling food down my throat. You really love fighting, huh? Yep. Oh, and I hope you don't think I'm just some ravenous glutton. I can be dignified too, when the moment calls for it. And once I'm through getting this down, I'll gladly eat the dinner you made for the others too. The fork and proper manners at that. That was short. Got another one over here? Oh, up there. Love how she literally just said, listen, I need calories in me. Just fucking cook it. I'll figure out the seasoning later. Valid. Scarlet and Rhaenys. Okay, there it is. Getting to your feathers, Rhaenys. Ah, Lady Scarlet. Indeed, I fear they've grown rather dry, with what little time I've had to groom myself of late. I can't imagine the Drakenhold air is helping either. By the way, is that what I think it is? Same rose oil I used to use when you were a child, yes? Okay, 1, is rose oil an actual thing, and 2, is it good for your skin if it is? Both for myself and for you when I brushed your hair in the mornings. Always made me feel so beautiful, Rhaenys. Did I? I'd be more than glad to do so again if you'd like. Now, you mean? I would love that. As you wish. And I'm glad to see your hair still shines like the finest silk in the land, my lady. And to think we once more share the same aroma, as we did all those years ago. The greatest honor I could ever ask for. In truth, most angels groom their feathers in private, somewhere none will walk in on them. As I stood here earlier, I secretly hoped you would do just that, my lady. Really? If you wanted to spend time with me, all you had to do was ask. And ask I shall. Next time. There's B to be gay. Gay bitches, gay bitches, gay bitches. And we have the next one. Hilda and Fran. I have a meaning to do this one. How do they think of keeping that wyvern around? You never know when a beast like that might go for your throat. Certainly they chain it up outside of battle. There's simply no controlling it otherwise. You're wrong. This beast is akin to my own family. He would never attack anyone without good reason. I'm not sure how he'll feel about you spreading baseless rumors. Let's test it, shall we? Oh, apologies, ma'am. Please don't hurt us. I take it you saw that? Can't believe you stood up to those soldiers, Hilda. I hear them repeating the same cruel things on my griffin sometimes, but never have the courage to say anything. Maybe I'm the cruel one for not defending her. Still, it's hardly surprising people fear them, especially after seeing how ferocious enemy mounts can be. I could never excuse the hurtful manner in which the rest of this army treats our own companions. Hey, I've been thinking, actually, maybe there's a way we can help everyone overcome those fears. Oh, go on then. Well, what if we gave them the chance to meet our wyverns and griffins up close? Outside of battle, I mean. We could go on walks together, feed them treats. It'd be fun. At least, I think it would. Yes, that's not a bad idea at all. Supplant their dreadful memories with positive ones. I can't wait to see what those 3 from earlier have to say once we force them into it. You mean, you're really willing to help? I have to start planning right away. And you'll be joining the festivities yourself, right? And of course, Fran. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's cool. And one more. And Hilda. Fair enough. I'll not claim to mind, Hilda, but it appears your wyvern has mistaken me for a midday snack. He's been biting at my hair for some time now. Rather forcefully, I might add. It seems he likes you, Elaine. Worry not, there's nothing to be afraid of. He simply wishes to hearten you through all the hardships you endure, day after difficult day. Which comes an honor, really. It does, most certainly. Yet I fear my life is at risk if this continues any longer. Please, I'll not hear a word of such spurious jokes. In truth, he often does this for me as well whenever I find myself in a fit of melancholy. Yo, I want an emotional support wyvern. Could it be that you're feeling uneasy about something, Elaine? I hadn't thought it would be that obvious. Of course, I know that nothing will come from agonizing over the matter. Losing a soldier under my command never grows any less painful. Grief I'm all too familiar with, be it under different circumstances. True that nothing torments the mind more than such sacrifice. The good of the many will always outweigh the suffering of the few. All we can do now is try to minimize our losses, while ever striving to deliver peace to this world. I should expect no less from the man who seeks to be king. But you are, Hilda. Elaine? That blood on your forehead? Remind me to never be consoled by a wyvern again.
Okay, maybe the wyvern was nipping too much. Maybe the wyvern was trying to eat him. Alright, let's do Lex's last one, I guess. We got two. Do Clive and Yosef.
Even know who you're talking to, kid? I'm working for the Liberation, and I'm not paying a single damn gold. But, sir, like the conversation you're having here. Yeah, who the hell are you? Soldiers of the Liberation in earnest, unlike yourself.
Oh,
You see, I was just kidding about that. Pretty funny, right? Ah, what a fine tavern that was. The wine up here in northeast Cornea is simply to die for, wouldn't you say?
perhaps if I was able to hold my liquor better. Yet I fear age has begun to get the better of me.
I don't believe that for a moment. Still, it's been some time since we last shared a drink like this. You remember our previous occasion, Sir Joseph?
Of course, we practically drank the entire tavern dry. Grew rather unruly as a result.
It was an embarrassing memory, yes. I was still young at the time, just after Cornea had fallen in True. Countless days I awaited orders to commence the final assault against Zenoira. Such orders never came. Before I could even realize what was happening, my province had been conquered. The nobles of our land each bent the knee to Zenoira, one after the next. It was peace, or so it seemed, yet I knew it was little more than fragile artifice. Even so, it wasn't long until the rest of my orders swore fealty to Galerius. Such an outcome came as a shock, of course. I realized then I could no longer trust those I once cherished. All the while, my mind was flooded with the thoughts of the fallen. Their sacrifice meant nothing. Despair haunted my every action, and my only comforts lay in flagons of ale and drunken fights. I had become an empty shell of my former self. I even attempted to pick a fight with you, if memory serves correct.
You did, though it was obvious you had drunk far more than you were capable of handling. It was its fate in a way. We never would have met if not for that quarrel.
It wasn't much of a fight, of course. You knocked me flat into the wall, and in so doing, returned me to my senses.
At the time, I was scouring for support of a resistance which may never have come to pass, careful to avoid the watchful gaze of Zenoira all the while. If I may, Clive, the feats you performed in our service were far beyond those of a misguided drunk.
Appearing as such enabled me to compel change without once raising Zenoira's suspicions. I suppose it worked to my benefit. In the end, both in my actions and in my finding a mentor as unfailing as you.
I imagine I wasn't entirely sure. Stood a wanted man, after all.
Indeed, I may not have realized at the time, but it wasn't your grand vision which convinced me to enlist. I merely needed something to do, a reason to act, a way to forget. All the better if I could avenge the deaths of my companions in doing so. And of course, reach a fitting end for my own life as well.
I see. In any case, the shadows which once engulfed you have long since lifted. I presume your fiancé worries for you even now. Certainly did back then, you know. It feels as though it was a lifetime past that my family arranged for Monica and I to be married. I'm not certain you're aware of this, but she and I have known each other since we were but children. Despite my being older than her, she always treated me as if I was years her junior. I never was fond of that. Yet to know she once thought of me, she still does to this day. Callous fool I was. Perhaps an apology is in order, then. I mean, after all these years, I couldn't bear the thought. I'll not hear another word. Do it. Bring her a gift as well. Simply tell her everything you just told me. You'll be boning again in no time, my son. Yes, I suppose so. Whatever shall I say to her? What utterance could possibly allay the grief I've imposed upon her? Ah, the troubles of youth. I'm not certain you can come up with something, Clive. He said, get laid, my boy. I believe in you. And he fumbled it. They didn't get hooked up at the end. Somehow Gilbert got the baddie. Mind if I ask you something, Hodrick? How'd you get that scar? One across my face, you mean? Years ago, I came upon 2 children lost in the woods, about to be carried off by a foul bandit. I rushed to their aid, of course. At the time, I cared not for defense, agile offense. I'd always seen heavy armor such as this to be an impediment to that aim, not a strength. Hence I preferred fabric and leather over wrought metals. Hard to imagine that. Weary as I was from constant battle, let my guard slip a mere moment, and it landed a glancing slash across my face. In the end, I cut him down. Yet it was then I realized the risk I'd taken for going defense. And now you and that armor are practically inseparable. Indeed, come as it may at the cost of mobility, I rarely suffer even the slightest injury. Now I stand an impenetrable shield, to myself and to those I care about most. That includes you, Lex. Danger ever approach, you can only position yourself behind me. Thanks, Hodrick. What a relief knowing I've got you backing me up. Fair enough, probably, Jared. Wait, so now that we know that... Wait. So this means... If Hodrick isn't lying, which I doubt he would be to Lex, that means Hodrick didn't bust his face up to get that scar. Meaning Hodrick either pissed himself or ran out butt-ass naked into the field. And I'm pretty sure he didn't piss himself. Which means Hodrick would have been a hell of a person to have a drink with. Get that ass boy and he fumbled like an NFL receiver. Tatiana, no, please, okay. I was done with Tatiana. Mind's sparing me a couple of feathers. Who's there? Show yourself or face my divine fury. I thought I was done with hers. Forgive me. I didn't realize a brazen angel like you could get frightened so easily. You, a heretic responsible for nigh countless innocent deaths. You haven't answered my question. Will you be giving me the feathers or not? I have nothing to give a heartless Theban like you. I don't much appreciate your tone of voice. You're correct. I've done terrible things in the name of a greater good. To save my people from a plague your church would do nothing to stop. Yes, well, there's little point in arguing this now. What's done is done. Truth I know all too well. Tell me, what do you plan to do with the feathers of an angel? According to my studies, they can serve to enhance the efficacy of any tonic they're added to. So I thought to do just that for the cure I've created. But I have to admit I'm rather skeptical. How dare you! The angels are the messengers of heaven, not some medicinal herb to be harvested as you please. I know that. Plague still lingers on in our lands, and there's no telling if the current cure will stay effective in subsequent outbreaks. But if that's how you feel, I'll leave you be. I promise I won't make the same mistake again.
We'll see about that. By the way, I did think to help when your town was consumed. Nothing a mere angel such as I can do. You what? I can tell you truly want to save as many people as possible. So go on. We have one feather. This evening only. Make sure it doesn't hurt, will you? Aye. Very well. I promise to make this as painless as I can. You may touch it once. You may spank it once. Roger got the scar on his face, but he just had an accident where he fell down the stairs. And he got an even bigger one. That'd be funny. It would be funny. He just calls it the same scar to cope. It'd be funny. There's one over here. Over here. Ridiel and... Okay, I thought I did all of Tatiana's. I was way off. Are you okay, Ridiel? I've never seen a bruise this... announced before. I'm fine. Just got kicked by a horse is all. When, exactly? About an hour or so ago. Thought of Monica and Clive talking over in town? Given their history, I couldn't help but let out a nice teasing whistle. But in that moment, I sensed something move behind me. I turned to see Monica's horse staring me straight in the eyes. I think you can guess what happened next. You have far too much time on your hands, don't you? It's not like I was looking for them or anything. It all just kind of happened. Spoken like a true sinner. As for me, I can't say I understand your tendency to meddle in the affairs of others. You don't have any friends, do you, Tatiana? This is precisely the kind of meddling I mean. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too rude a question. But neither do I, honestly. Not a lot of people like how direct I am. I was thinking, though, maybe we could be friends, you and me. I'm not sure what part of this conversation would make you believe this is a good idea. Well, you have twin tails, I have twin tails. We both normally get benched. No one cares about us. I guess you just seem like someone who's not afraid to call me out if I do something wrong. I already did earlier. And would this friendship bring any new responsibilities along with it? Good. Talk to me every once in a while, and that's good enough. In that case, come to me the next time you've need of a healer. I look forward to more amusing anecdotes of your injuries, Ridiel. Think this is funny, do you? Have you know it really hurt? It seems you're not the only one here with a difficult personality. I guess so, huh? Not the friendship I envisioned, but hey, it kind of works. Chloe Clive. Maybe Noah. I must say, Chloe, it always pains me to see you burdened by dinner preparations. You may not have much skill in the art of cookery, but I would love to aid you in procuring ingredients if that's alright. You would? That'd be great! Though I have to wonder, how often have you actually bought food for yourself? Almost never, embarrassing as it is to admit. Such matters would always be left to lower-ranking members of my order. Tell me, do you fear I would impede in your work rather than expedite it? Oh, not at all. Now come, let's work on your shopping list. I ain't foolish. Give me the weight, my lady. I've purchased everything you requested. Clive? Well, what's in the giant saddlebag? The seasonings you asked for, of course. I prefer my own calculations based on the recipe you provided. I believe this should be a sufficient amount. Sufficient for the next 10 years, maybe. Much, you mean? That is a failure which brings shame to the very notion of knighthood. Please, it's nothing that dramatic. I can tell you were just eager to help. Here, why don't we get the next set of ingredients together? I thank you for the kindness, Chloe. I promise I'll not fail you again. Clive is the rich guy who's chill about it. Alright, Elaine, who do you have left? Not a lot. I guess you haven't done Franz. We should get to work on those. What the fuck is this? Like all the way down here. Is everyone in your family able to ride griffins, Fran? Just me, actually. Though my house has historically been known for such feats. It's tradition that any girl who's born to the family seeks to join the Knights of the Rose. But ultimately, the Order will only take the best Griffin riders we have to offer. Every couple of years, the households a trial to determine who that is. Test of skill to prove yourselves ready. It's an intriguing method indeed. It is. My cousins and I all took ours together a while back. It turned out I was the only suitable candidate, because the others all failed to command their griffins. Yes, one of my cousins ended up crashing into a tree, severely injuring herself in the process. Another let their griffin run loose through our manor, tearing apart room by room as it went. I barely call it a proper trial at all. No, I suppose not. To be honest, I didn't even ride particularly well myself. I was only deemed the best in our house by virtue of not being as horrible as everyone else. But I knew the shame it would bring to our family if I failed to gain admission into the Knights of the Rose. So I trained tirelessly, day after day, until I was able to prove my merit and join the Order in True. Surely that dedication which sees you thriving now for the liberation as well. I'm not sure thriving is the best word, but I appreciate you saying so, even if it's not entirely true. Hey. Didn't have the chest buff to give her the griffin riding powers that we see all the other ones have. Griffin riding power is stored in the booba. Nina, because whoever talks to you. Petra and Berenice. Oh, thought they had one. Ah. And some training in Keitra. Don't pretend I'm surprised. You swing that hammer better than I could. Better than almost anyone could, really. Once you get going with it, only a fool would even think about standing in your way. Not to interrupt you, Berenice, but you're sounding an awful lot like my aunt right now. Your what? You know, like my mom's sister. I ended up living with her for a while after my parents died. Orphan gang! They always used to tell me how I should learn how to ride. You know, this hammer was the only thing I ever had eyes for. Whenever I started having second thoughts, my aunt was there to insist I made the right choice. Kinda like me, a bit rough around the edges, you know. Never turned out a chance to help me train either. Sounds like she and I would get along. Just hope she's okay out there. I'm sure she is. I bet she'd be thrilled to know you're getting even better with that hammer of yours. So what do you say we have ourselves a little one-on-one, see what we can do? I like that very much, Berenice. That's the spirit. Now come on. I'll have you stronger before you know it. That's cute. In between this and lies the reporters, we don't have to trust Clive with shopping. Yeah, Clive ain't good with the money. Wait, no! Ah! Everything alright, Nina? You in danger? I'm okay, I think. But my omelet assuredly isn't. A small piece of eggshell fell to the pan while I was cooking. I grew so flustered that I dropped the entire thing on the floor. Which explains the cacophony I heard as I was rushing over. Rather an artful mistake, I must say. Nothing artful about it, but now that I think about it, perhaps the curse I put on you has come back to haunt me instead. Ah yes, the hope that I'd be plagued by failed omelets for the rest of my life. I recall you uttered quite the insult as well. I'm sorry for it. Not how I want to live, not how I wish to treat my allies. No, Nina, I've heard a piece of eggshell every now and then can provide ample nutritional benefit. Everything seems to remain safe in the pan as well, perfectly unharmed despite its abrupt introduction to the floor. You see, there's nothing to be upset about, not in the slightest. I appreciate you saying so, Your Highness. You're right, I can still salvage this meal yet. That's precisely what I plan to do. Thank you for helping me pull myself back together. There's nothing at all. Now, if you've need of a hand, I know an idle young prince who may be willing to lend his aid. Would you truly do that for me? But of course, after such a fine opening act, I wouldn't dare miss the conclusion for all the world. When you put it like that, I expect it might be nice to have a bit of company. Let us begin at once. Yes, Your Highness. So first, sorry for putting that curse on you. It no mind, Nina. The only matter I have time for now is watching a master chef conduct her work. Be prepared to be amazed, my loyal assistant. Alright, unlocking a few more. think, yeah, she only has Rhaenys left, so I might as well bang that out. It's right here. Thank you for asking me here, Rhaenys. I never could get enough of this rose oil, even as a child. I'm glad you were willing to let me brush your hair again. Today, I was thinking we might make use of these cosmetics as well. These are gorgeous, Rhaenys. When I first served as your lady-in-waiting, you were too young to have need of them. I often dreamt of sharing makeup with you once you had become a woman grown. Of course, you're already as radiant as it is. Yet a few embellishments here and there could only serve to enhance that beauty. You would really do that for me? Oh, how long I've waited for this day. As have I, my lady. Gets the clown makeup ready. And just stay still a moment. That tickles. Worry not, I'm almost done, and there. Gaze into this mirror and tell me what you think. Wow. This is incredible, Rhaenys. Barely even recognize myself. I'm pleased to hear you like it, and to know that I'm the first to see how greatly it magnifies your natural charm. Thank you for this, really. Just looks like she's blushing constantly.
Please, you needn't mention it, though. What would you say to a stroll through town before we remove it? Perhaps we could find some clothes to match your new look. That sounds wonderful. Then let's be off at once. Oh, I can't wait.
Let me kill this angel boy real quick. You bitch. Yeah, Scarlet's all done. I haven't done Joseph's yet. Joseph only has his best ones left by the looks of it, so let's do Travis. And him first. So we have a couple here. Let's save that one. Unless this ends up being it. Galadriel Lenolagos. Ooh, this will be good. Word, Galadmir. My attention that you've injured your left arm. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I assure you, you didn't hide it from me. Though you're nursing the wound even now. I wonder, why have you chosen not to present it to a healer? I can't let Terra Telinda find out about this. Knowing her would simply cause her to worry for my safety. I can't claim I deserve such concern, especially after failing to protect her myself. So please, keep this secret for me. This is far from the first time I've been wounded, and it surely won't be the last. Let's never speak another word of it. As you wish. If it makes any difference, I understand your sentiment. I too merely watched as the Noira ravaged our home and abducted our Torinos. And my poor attempt at resistance ended in near surrender. You need never conceal your troubles from me, Galadmir. I shall gladly keep them between us, and see them remedied however possible. Thank you, Lenolagos. I'll not hide from you any longer. Wonderful. Now come. A bit of healing magic should set this right in seconds. Fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they have another one. Oben and Liza, okay. Over here? Oh, what do you think? Pretty amazing, yeah?
Never seen this much water in my life. Except in your book, I mean.
You mean the one the old boss gave you? Yep. I was new when I got my ship. You would be the first people I took on board. Besides, what's the point of sailing the ocean if I don't got my friends here to play with?
So this is that dream you're always talking about.
Hell was that?
Looks like we hit a reef, Captain. We're taking on water pretty fast. She's going down.
Ah, Liza has a nightmare.
Ugh. Hey, watch where you're... Oh, Oben's nightmare.
What the? It's all just a dream.
You okay, Oben? You're sweating like a damn pig over there.
Liza, you're alive. Wait, where's Magellan?
Just doing a bit of shopping in town, why? Quit with the hugging. You're gonna make me all sweaty now.
Sorry.
That's what this is about? Some dumb dream where we all died on your boat?
Not funny. I really thought I wouldn't got both of you killed.
Even if you did, I'm sure you wouldn't have minded going down with a friend.
What's the point, Liza? Just can't bear seeing you get hurt like that. Especially knowing full well that it's my damn fault.
What are you muttering about over there?
was just a dream, Oben. Besides, it'll take way more than that to kill us.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, when you do get that boat of yours, better not go set and sail alone, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
That's a cute one. Gamel and Nina. Interesting. Well, if it ain't the old rat I've been hearing so much about, never thought I'd see a here of all places. For a while there, every lowlife in Cornea was talking about the noble girl who gave up everything to become a bandit. Me? I'd have sworn they had taken you hostage. How could you think such a thing? The rock rats would never harm anyone without proper reason. I guess it's true what they say then. Now that captain of yours wouldn't hurt a fly if he thinks it's got something worth living for. I still can't see you fitting in though. None of the thieves ever give you any trouble? If anything, I gave myself trouble, but they were always quick to forgive my mistakes, even after I'd torn a hole in a stolen sack of flour, leaving clouds of white powder scattered throughout town. That was you? Why, I heard people thought the whole place was going up in smoke. It's not one of my fondest memories. We came out of the whole thing empty-handed, save the bits of flour stuck in our hair. Rush truly thought of me as little more than a liability. I don't know about that. Sounds to me like they really cared about you. I'm sure they could tell you were trying as hard as you could. That's not even mentioning how good you are with the hammer. Me? I'd take you in my gang any day of the week. Truly mean that? I suppose I won't argue then. You know, you might look like a corpse. You're actually quite a nice person. Let's talk again sometime, shall we? Is that really how she thanks people? And in spite of the tongue, girl's not half bad.
The dumbass with words. One's funny though. Gamble voice is always fun to do. Travis and Joseph, oh boy. You ever considered resting a moment, Travis? Who, me? I'm fine. I'll not be fine if your exhaustion gets you captured by the enemy.
Guess you have a point there.
Maybe I wouldn't mind letting someone else handle things for a time. You always have worked yourself to the bone, ever since you first joined our army. At times, it seems you care more about making a strong impression than looking after your own health.
That's how it goes for an old mercenary. I want to keep my job, I have to prove I deserve it.
Though I'm glad I had someone like you watching. I was observing you, actually. It was the only way I could be certain you weren't a mere spy for Zenoira. Sounds fair to me.
It just makes me even more thankful you decided to let me stick around.
Would have been fools not to. Your talent is an indispensable part of the Liberation's cause, Travis. Upon a reclamation of Cornea and His Highness's ascension to the throne, it will be most reassuring to have one such as you stand at his side. Long road to walk until that day, of course, and I pray you continue to assist him for years to come.
Easy there, Joseph. You don't need to grovel.
Forgive me. You should be going now.
I got plenty more work ahead of me, even though I completely abandoned it for the Tricourt. That bangs out a bunch more. I really want to see the Joseph and Virginia ones now. These have to be really good. Aramis and Gloucester, okay.
Great honor to walk at your side once more, my prince. Your Aramis, that is.
Please, Gloucester, I'd much prefer if you refrained from scowling every time you said my name.
Forgive me, I intended no such thing.
You always have been fairly easy to read. Though you doubtless have much on your mind after a sudden parting and subsequent reunion. By all means, say what you will.
You'll excuse my bluntness. Changed. Not only a name, but swordsmanship and methodology as well. Fates have progressed to you much these past few years,
yet to see it laid so bare before me, I can't help but feel an immense sadness.
Something to lament, I assure you.
At the time, claiming a new identity was the only path which promised my survival. Despite my struggles, I dare say, and would make the decision time and again if given the opportunity.
Prince Ludwig.
What's done is done, though I admit, you've renounced your past quite admirably. It mustn't be easy awakening from a years-long spell, learn you've committed such grave sins. Yet you don't hide from the truth. Face it head on. The trait I wish I possessed myself.
Your words humble me, Sir Aramis.
I entreat you, don't keep the pain you feel entirely to yourself. I know well the I can't be your aid amidst times of sorrow. No right to stand you at your side in days of peace. Thank you, Gloucester. I wouldn't ask for a more earnest retainer. Very well. Your ear will be the first and only that I pull. Make sure it's the only one I have here. It is not. How do I get to that village? Malia and Morden, interesting.
You there. Malia, was it?
Morden, here to pest me for mead money, I assume?
Hey, now. I enjoy a drink as much as the next man, but that's not what I'm here for. What about that sword you've got? I wonder if I take a closer look.
Not at all. Got better taste than I realized.
Keep a grip on that thing, mind you. It'll not get cleaved in two today.
Don't worry, the sword's practically part of my body.
It's got a real aura to it. Intimidating if I had to pick a word. Aura!
Zoomer ass.
But what makes me really curious is what it's made of. Looks to me like some kind of stone, not iron. I never felt stone like this.
I think you're onto something there. It's been in my family for generations. I don't even think it's from Fevrith.
Wherever it's from. Must have had quite some skill to cut and polish stone this hard.
Anyway, you done here or what?
A few more minutes, please. I'll buy you all the rounds you could ever want once we're done.
You sure about that? I can drink as much as a small army, you know.
We'll see if you have the stomach to back that up. What a stunning engraving. Listen, I know you did a favor showing me your sword. I didn't think you'd drain every last cask in the tavern.
Hey, you're the one who offered. Now, come on, I'm still thirsty.
What have I gotten myself into?
Like shit, my booze money for the month. Alright, now we'll do Joseph Virginia. If you don't mind me saying, Joseph, it's good to see just how much Elaine has grown since the last time I saw him. Ever since that horrible day 10 years ago. I have to wonder, how did he fare after fleeing Cornea?
All as you might expect, his own mother lay slain. He was made to abandon the only home he had ever known. By the time he reached Palavian shores, Highness was fatigued in both body and mind. He scarcely ate one meal a day. Neither study nor sword work could hold his interest. Yet over time, he made friends on the island. We trained together, learned together, and reveled together in the carefree way only children can. Before I knew it, a smile had gradually returned to his face.
It's good to see he's found people he cares about. Even now, they're practically inseparable when we're not in battle.
Of course, I couldn't always be there for him myself. Even if I were, I doubt I could have healed his broken heart the way they have. By the by, he would often ask after you during our time away from Cornea. What I could gather, feared he may never see you again.
Really now?
Indeed, memories of your childhood together lent him much strength in these troubled years. Thank the Father above for reuniting you after all this time.
We should try a little harder to connect with him then.
Give me the next one.
Holy shit, we have somebody to go through.
Feels as though it were only yesterday that I walked with Queen Elenia on this very beach. As I'm certain you know, the burdens of governance occupied much more of her time on the throne. Our journeys here, infrequent as they were, rarely provided her with the respite she so dearly needed. It wasn't often she eased her royal countenance. Here, she would smile as if nothing could ever trouble her again.
I hadn't realized this place held such meaning to her.
Is that you, my queen?
Everything alright, Joseph?
I do love the subtle change in sprite they did there. In all honesty, no. For a moment you appeared to mine eye as Queen Elenia herself.
Sorry, what?
I understand it sounds mad, yet as I've said before, the resemblance of her is truly striking. Here you stand, regal and dignified, as she once did all those years ago.
You honor me with the comparison, Joseph. Oh, this talk has brought back memories, you know.
Of what, I might ask?
When Elaine and I were young, we spent much of our time playing in the garden at Grand Corinne. While we generally got along quite well, it was one day we found ourselves in furious argument. It was over a game of chess, if memory serves me right. Both of us were so determined to win that we each took turns making illegal moves, hoping the other wouldn't notice. But we did notice, of course, hence the dispute.
Ah yes, calm as Elaine may seem at times, there's a fiercely competitive side to him as well.
Though on this occasion, both of us were at fault, and Aunt Delania punished us equally for it. She was always doing things like that, acting just as kind toward me as she did to Elaine, and just as strict too. Almost like I was her daughter, not her niece.
Right you are.
I can still remember the feeling of her hand caressing my cheek, the warmth, and the love.
The sight I witness often as well.
All my life I've tried to follow in her footsteps, to one day be every bit as strong and gentle woman as she once was.
Far closer to that ideal than you may realize, Princess. As proven by my vision earlier.
Say, Joseph, I can't thank you enough for bringing me here.
Not helping the incest path, especially since she looks like our mother.
Alright, let's start going through the Knights of the Rose ones. I didn't realize I had Travis and Berengaria still. Do that. What do I do Elaine and Celeste? Can I trouble you for a moment, Celeste? It pertains to the banquet that was thrown for us after we liberated the nearby town. What about it? Oh, it is merely that I noticed you putting a rather exorbitant amount of salt and pepper on your food.
I love her.
I do remember doing so, yes. I mean to say it was intentional then. But the ale had gotten the better of you. So my true question is, do you always eat in such a manner? Not generally, no. But I was so nervous sitting next to you that I could barely taste the thing.
I've never heard of such a phenomenon.
I didn't want to let the feast go to waste though, so I poured on as much seasoning as I could, to try and enhance the flavor. It's quite an inventive solution. Forgive me, Celeste, I failed to realize the hardship my presence caused you. Not your fault, my prince. I'm just too shy for my own good sometimes. I'm awfully skilled at hiding it if so. Assuming it's me that causes you the most worry, perhaps we can help you grow accustomed to my company. Let us try shaking hands to begin with. Yes, let's. Bless, you're burning up. You feeling ill at all? Wait here whilst I summon a healer. I'm fine, really. It's only the nerves getting to me a little. It proved more difficult than I expected.
Wow.
Have another one? Oh, they do.
Probably romantic.
Galadmir and Etolinda.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Galadmir. Precisely the woman I was searching for. How might I help you, Teras? The truth of the matter is, I realized something over the course of our travels with the liberation. What I once thought to be a journey to restore our home, its former beauty has, in time, blossomed into much more. No longer do I wish to return to the days of yore, but found a new Elheim where all races and creeds can live in harmony. Forgive me the query. My ear, it sounds as though you seek to excise the roots of our very society. I do. This world continues to change with each passing day. We must ever strive to change with it. Imagine doing so without you at my side. Me, but... If you aim to disparage yourself, stop. You're a dear friend to me, Galadmir. One whose support, love, I'll not bear to be without in the trying times which lie ahead. Oh! Have I said something to offend? Not at all, Teros. I knew that your kindness moved me to tears. I did it now. I hardly thought myself capable. Indeed, it's difficult to believe the little girl I once knew can truly deliver such touching words. It would seem you'll always consider me that same child. I'll not. You have grown to be an elegant woman, Teros, and a fine Toranos at that. Well, I suppose I'm rather relieved to hear that. And what of my proposal? You join me, Galadmir? Are you certain you wish to have me? I could want no other. And I hope to never lose your loyalty, your strength, and you never shall. Come what may, I will continue to serve this nation, till the light of life departs my body, both as your retainer and as your friend. I thank you, Galadmir, the very depths of my heart. That's a good one. Good conclusion. A better conclusion is sibling beef. Oh. Like this is goodbye. Wait, Ren, please! Can't keep doing this alone. You okay, Travis? I haven't seen someone scream themselves awake in years. It's a bad dream is all. How you were leaving me again. Oh, good. Now I'm giving you nightmares. It's so funny. Back while you were gone, everything was the other way around. I was dreaming about being in the tricorns together, fighting side by side like nothing had ever happened. What scarred me the most was waking up, realizing that none of it was real. I wish I could just live in my dreams, instead of alone on the outside. I had no idea. Now, no matter how bad a dream might get, I always hear when I open my eyes. I take that over how it used to be any day of the week. Huh. Wait, does that mean you'll be having nightmares for the rest of your life? Oh, say I envy that. No, it's like you said, better that than the alternative. Well, I can't fix everything, and stay with you. Besides, how else am I gonna make sure you're staying out of trouble? Thanks, Ren. I have no idea how long I've waited to hear you say that. Sibling bond. What's over here? Elaine and Ridiel. Must know, Ridiel. What were you like as a child? Where is this coming from? I couldn't say, really. I'm just curious, I suppose. Fair if that's what you want. Not easy being a half-elf. Nowadays, most everyone tends to keep their distance from me. Though things were different when I was young. Kids are innocent until they learn to hate. I had plenty of friends I used to play with, none of whom cared who I was or where I was from. The older we got, the less they treated me like one of their own. Couldn't understand it, at least not at the time. But I do now. The cold reality of that truth hurts. Almost as much as losing every friend you've ever known. Forgive me, Ridiel. I would never have asked such an sensitive question. Truth, I've no experience with such discrimination myself. I'm not claiming to understand how you feel, but I hope to create a kingdom where none will have to suffer as you have ever again. Knowing you, I have a feeling you just might do it. Let us pray you're right. Off. Have their next one. I think we're done with everything. Sure. Means Only have these two to bang out. I don't want to go through the tricorn. Actually, let's do Osha's. Osha only has one of Fidoquia, so... See how this one leads up. Oh, there's a bunch over here. Let's start with Elena Magellan. Interesting. Morning, Elaine. You're up early. Indeed I am, and wide awake now, thanks to your resounding greeting. Sorry about that. Back home, the only thing you get from waking up this time of day is a mouthful of sand and some freezing air. I guess I was just surprised to see how much nicer life can feel when you're not fighting against your environment every step of the way. There are a few places in the world harsher than the desert, yes. I imagine adapting to your climate could prove equally harsh. I'm impressed it hasn't seemed to affect you, Magellan. Hell, if you can survive the kind of sun I'm used to, you can survive just about anywhere. Not to mention all the bandits roaming around the region. You never know when the smallest argument might cost you your life. I know how much pride our people got. Never much like ask for help, much like for asking for help. That's why Gloucester was living among you, is it not? Served as an intermediary with the kingdom as large. Yep, because of him we got enough water and food to keep going. Had a hell of a lot less kids dying young once he showed up too. He used to sit and listen to every word that fools like me felt like telling him. Well, that good got left in the dust the second Zenoira showed up. Everything he worked for, lives we made for ourselves, gone before he even knew what was happening. Just you wait, Elaine. Me and you are gonna drive those bastards out of Febrith, get our desert back for good. Yeah, you have to go all the way to like the end of the game to get this one, basically. What franchise would you love getting a collab with Arknights? I don't know, I don't really care. They're gonna be as mid as the Dungeon Meshy one. Fidoquia, did you can commune with the spirits of the dead? If so, wish to hear my mother's voice, but one more time. You have not the slightest idea what you mean. Compose yourself, Osh. Speak plain that I might better understand your words. Well, it's merely that I heard a fellow archaeologist spreading the most incredible news. Claimed that angels could pull back the veil of death, and some of the voices of those beyond. Tell me, where do you hail from? Cornea, sir. Aha. The land graced by few of my kind. It hardly comes as a surprise to learn the prevalence of such falsehoods. Then you can't speak to the dead? Would that I were able. Just belong to hear my son's voice even one. I didn't realize you were a father, Fidoquia. A long time passed, sadly. I loved that boy more than life itself. He was stolen from me upon Zenoira's invasion of Albion. Sorry to hear that. I'll never be at one with the minds of the deceased, Osh, until we ourselves have passed on to the great beyond. If it were possible, such desecration would defile our very souls, disturb the slumber of those who wish to contact all the while. You understand? I do. Hold fast to the memories of your loved one. They can only they can provide the comfort you seek. You do well to remember those words, Osh. I will. Hope you can forgive the senseless outburst. I too know the pain which comes from yearning for the dead. Pray you'll not succumb to the same mistakes I did in its pursuit. And now collab. Collabs used to be like super stupid, broken, dummy ops. Now it's like, yeah, here's Marcial, and it's just funny to have Laios be a chicken. Can we stop with the Rainbow Six Siege, please? No one cares. Fidoquia and Bryce, okay. Mere thief training as though he were a soldier in true? Ridiculous. Fidoquia, what the hell? Got that right. I'm part of the Liberation, same as you. I have to do whatever it takes to prove I'm worth keeping around. Admiral mentality. Seem I'll have to revise my assessment of you. No need. You were right, you know. Now, just do me a favor and leave it to me, yeah? Apologies, but I'll not acquiesce so easily. Perhaps I could teach you an old family technique to offset my earlier incivility. Now you're talking my language. Heed well then, as I'm certain you know, angels such as I are capable of striking at our foes from any and all directions. As such, the only reward you're earned from aiming aiming your shield straight, with the divine sword in your unprotected back. Now, to properly combat an angel, you need both fleetness of foot and extreme adaptability. A bear witness of the radiant light which shelters all. It's not seriously what it's called, is it? Oh, holy. Well, such a technique amidst your arsenal. None shall ever harm you or your allies again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was about to pass out just watching. But a moment's use. True mastery can only come after half an hour of uninterrupted practice. Holy shit, why couldn't he do this to my army? Well, actually, he did do that for my army. Ugh. Perhaps I've grown weak behind the invulnerable walls of Paeston. Maybe you're better off just letting people fend for themselves then. You can't really attack while you're flooding around them. I'll show you. What the fuck is he doing? Also, how the hell is you gonna expect Bryce to do all that? Without wings? I should think it rather lucky that as an iron arrow hit your back, yes? Better that than risk your wings being injured, I expect. It's the opposite, actually. Feathers provide far greater protection than mere skin ever could. Thus, I should have used them to deflect the blow instead of allowing it to strike me unimpeded. I never imagined they would be so strong given how they look. Not to mention you could fly with them. I must admit I'm somewhat jealous. You are? My apologies. I suppose that's an impolite thing to say to an angel. Yet I understand the feeling so well. I often used to be jealous of humans myself. I once even sought to sever my own wings in an attempt to become one of you. I could have driven you to do such a thing. Despite our similarities, there shall always be an inherent separation between my kind and yours. Some amongst us even look down upon humans as little more than vulgar creatures in need of our aid. The world at large as well, the two races are never viewed as equals, no matter the situation. Hence, such angels as I find it difficult to truly sympathize with the sorrows of humanity. That distance is surely the reason Lady Scarlet left me the day she departed for Palavian shores. I'm certain that she cares not for what race you are, Rhaenys, only that you are the same woman she remembers from all those years ago. The question still plagues my heart. Is it truly appropriate for me to stand beside her? I believe you already know the answer to that. It's clear in the kindness she has always borne for you, as well as the sheer delight which crossed her face upon your reunion. You're absolutely right, my prince. Bruh. You both sharing brain cells. What the fuck is this? Elena Fidoquio. All the Fidoquio ones are just here. Are you certain you're well enough to fight Fidoquio? Indeed I am, owing wholly to yourself and Lady Scarlet. First, I failed to understand why you chose to let me live. And I realize now you wish to grant me an opportunity to seize revenge against Zenoira. It isn't why. Truth, it seems almost cruel at times to have kept you alive whilst you suffer from such immense pain. I believe that pain to be a gift in a way. The ability to redeem others who have shown a similar grief under Zenoiran rule. Pray that with your aid, you can ensure none will ever again have to experience what you did. It was a merciless way to think of the world. Give me. Please, lift your gaze. After the torment I inflicted upon my citizens out of pure spite, I cannot claim to be any better. But together we shall purge the dark stain of Zenoira from these shores. In doing so, that no further innocents are met with an early demise. Let us take up arms once more, Fidoquia, not as enemies, as we were before, but as allies. Alright. Bertrand and O'Cleese, that's a random-ass one. Excuse the question, Bertrand, but I've noticed you gazing at the sky quite often of late. What is it you're hoping to catch a glimpse of?
Holy nation. Great expanse is rife with angels such as yourself flying one way or the other. I can't help but, if one of them may deliver my son from the heavens he now calls home.
Most true we angels can convey the unwinged in flight, but that only applies to those still among the living.
Well aware, yes. In battle you and your kin shepherd us along paths we could otherwise never hope to tread. A boon I'm truly grateful for.
Whatever must be done for the sake of our victory. Though, even we have suffered losses. Her Holiness Pontifex Arant, slain at the hand of those accursed Zenoirans. Forgive me the outburst. If only I had realized sooner what fate would befall him. Perhaps I could have taken to the sky myself, swept him to safety before it was too late. But I suppose such fantasy only exists in the pages of fairy tales.
See, even divine messengers are powerless before such wistful thoughts. That fancy is simply grief given material form, and my shield the steadfast wall to ensure none will suffer our agony again.
Mine as well.
Dang.
Now I have Elaine and Sonatio. I'm going to skip the fuck out of this. Watching me. You would notice if difficult not to receiving the occasional hot springs. Hello? Blah 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 blah. He only exists to literally be a loophole for Scarlet to, like, bang Elaine. So it's like, who's the Pontifex then? It's like, no, it's not her anymore. It's like, still gonna be her? Okay. Sonatio, no, please. Okay, this one I'll read. I've heard tell of your deeds, Father Sonatio, and while I'll never be able to condone such action, I can at least understand why you chose to take them. Now that you've joined our ranks, you have a fine opportunity to distance yourself from your work with the Orthodoxy. Simply rest a moment rather than prattle on about duty and sacrifice. Do no such thing, oh please. Only walk amongst you to aid Lady Scarlet in fulfilling her sacred charge. Though I'm aware you have been all too keen to abandon your obligations to the Church. How dare you imply such treachery? I would never! Oh, allow me to share with you a few missives penned by your own hand. I hereby decline my transfer to Esquire Church. I might remain here at Ronmort. After the ceremony at Isel Church, I plan to forego the banquet and return to Ronmort straight away. Plenty more if you wish to hear them. Ugh. My one attempt at offering sympathy, and this is what I get? As you know, your task lay not merely in gathering divine shards. Nay, you were meant to be deepening the bonds between the Church and its adherents in every land of Fevrith. But you ignored your directives in favor of a single, humble priestess. Perhaps like to make a confession, oh please. Watch your tongue, Father. Sharon has nothing to do with this. And on the matter of duty, I believe I'm owed an explanation. Why was it you want us to gather divine shards in the first place? I've still yet to hear one good reason we were sent scouring Fevrith for them. Oh! Well, there was one, I assure you. Still is, for that matter. I'm sure they never fall into Zenoira's evil hands again. Oh? Where did your air of superiority go, Father? Have I touched a nerve? Let's find out, shall we? Tell me more about the divine shards. Stop this at once, so please. Furthermore, you've no right to berate me in such a manner, until you repent for your abhorrent behavior at Ronmort. Asked you first, divine blasphemer. Take that back this instant. It's like, you're a sinner. No, you're a sinner. No, you. They're both just in guilt. Listen, Ecclesias's crime was being gay. That ain't a sin. Depending on how racist or sexist or fucking dumbass or conservative you ask. Whereas Sonatio I wanted to kill, but the game didn't let me. Please and Rhaenys. I saw you speaking with Sharon earlier, Rhaenys. Yes, and what of it? She's truly a wonderful person. Pure in her intentions and noble in her deeds. You back the fuck off, my woman. Plus, I really wish to express my gratitude for her always coming to my aid. You're correct. Sharon is akin to a mighty goddess among simple humans. But did you truly need to share tea with her? Indeed I did. Could think of no better way to show my appreciation for everything she did. should have seen the way her face lit up as I presented her with an ornate arrangement of her favorite cookies. She nibbled at them in the most endearing fashion, dainty as a gentle forest creature. "Do not steal her from me." Oh shit, that actually is. She literally is. "She's mine, bitch." Although, it's been some time since it's been some time since I've enjoyed such respite with Sharon myself. And I believe you'll be pleased to know that you were one of the few things she could bring herself to discuss. Your courage, your beauty, your kindness. She clearly values your friendship greatly, Oakley's. And while our conversation did wander at times, she only wore the most brilliant smile when speaking of you. What? I mean, yes, of course she did. There could be truly none more charming than her. Very well, you may speak with Sharon however you wish. Don't even think about taking her from me, hussy. What a powerful bond they share, those gay bitches. Alright, I know. Oh, there's one more. Probably an Elaine one if I had to guess. I was right. It's Elaine and Radials. How would you feel about settling in Cornea, Ridial? After the end of this war with me, oh, it's a romantic one. Again, you find a way to catch me off guard. It wasn't my intent. Merely our prior conversation gave me a fair amount to consider. I've concluded that what I wish for my kingdom governed in much the same way the liberation is. My time as commander, I've come to encounter a great many people of various races and walks of life. Yet with the start of each day, put our differences behind us and labor to reach a common goal. Such is the future I hope to build for Cornea as well. I want for you to be a part of that, Ridial. I'm not sure Joseph would agree with you there. Not his decision to make, and even if it were, he has long since confessed his trust in you. The only words he speaks now are those of praise for the excellent work you do in our name. You're too kind, Prince. I know you're only doing this to make me feel better. In the past, I would have hated you for taking pity on me. Now, happy to hear you say it. Turns out all this time I've spent with you and your little army has changed who I am. For the better, in my view. Whenever I'm with you, Ridial, I feel a certain ease deep in my breast. So it pleases me to know the liberation is able to provide the same comfort for you. Never heard that one before. And I'll consider your offer. I don't want that kindness of yours to go unanswered now, would I? Okay, never mind, not romantic. Okay, I guess it was romantic. Even though I didn't really see that as romantic. Sure. He's like, I'm only inviting you to sleep with you, woman. Let's do Oben. No, I still want to do the knights. I need more drink. Ah, beer, keep me warm. Oh, please is done. Guess I'll do Nina and Elaine. Quite a few we can get here. Now Elaine's gonna have to not flirt with Nina here. Hold a moment, please. I need a second to catch my breath. Well, perhaps you wouldn't if you weren't actually helping instead of laughing at me. It was this difficult to properly fold an omelet. Still, I'll not give up yet. Give me, Nina. I don't mean to poke fun at your misfortunes, especially when I'm not even certain I can succeed at the art myself. Perhaps I should attempt it before I speak any further, Yes, you can laugh all you want once you prove you can actually do it. As you wish. One perfect fold right away. Seems that every time I hope to focus, memories of your past failures come flooding into my mind. Ah, you broke it! Here goes your right to tease me, your highness. Indeed, and your laughter at my expense is, alas, well earned. Present troubles aside, Nina, it's rather incredible how quickly your skills have developed. Not a shard of eggshell anywhere to be seen, nor has our food been cast to the ground in frustration. Soon enough, the plight of your initial endeavor shall be but a distant memory. No doubt because I have a marvelous assistant observing my every move. How does he plan to look after me anymore? Was that Nina? Oh, nothing important. Now then, for the finishing touch, a portrait of you, my prince, drawn entirely in sauce. Blah, 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 blah. At least let me make the Omo rice. Elena Bertrand.
I'd like to give you these, Prince. Yours is a cold place indeed, but perhaps a pair of mittens can make it a little warmer for you.
I appreciate the thought, Bertrand. Thank you, since everyone else didn't give me shit.
Oh, and this is some armor commonly used by the bear bloodline. Though even a human should have no trouble wearing it.
It's a kind gesture, yet I'm not certain I'll even be able to move under the weight of such heavy equipment.
Fair point, yes. Give me the imposition. I merely wish to prepare for any possibility, so I never again come to regret not doing so.
I value that input, but I promise you, all of us are doing everything we can to ensure we live to see another day.
My son gave me the same assurance moments before he marched to his death.
Sorry for making you relive such a painful memory.
Don't apologize. To be honest, the reason I've been so insistent upon helping you is because of how deeply you remind me of him. It's clear now that my concern is unneeded.
Not true at all. If it brings you peace of mind, I would gladly accept any kindness you're willing to give.
Thank you, Prince Elaine. True honor to fight beside one as open-hearted as you.
Fair enough. Right, let's just do opening these ones. Ow. There's a shit ton over here. Oh, I just need some more beer, and it's been 2 hours, huh? Damn. Might have to wait for Sunday at this rate. I will say now, tomorrow, we are back with GC. He's done with Christmas bullshit. And we're going to be doing something a bit different. I don't want to... He has the streaming itch, whereas I'm like, brother, I have streamed for so damn long since we did shit. I'm drained. How many do we even have left? Elaine's definitely got way less. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I've done half of it. That's good. 20. This is 23. 24. There's one left. 25. 26, 7. Okay, 30. Oh, no, we already counted this. We probably already counted this too. This is... What was I at? 28? 30. 32. 33. No, we counted that. 34. 35. 36. 38. 39. I have counted all these. I'm gonna count. No, this has 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 8, 50, like 53. Okay, it's like 50 left. Not that many. We're definitely, we had way more before. We were over 100. There's so much reading to do with these. Yeah, I'd say like 55. Kinda on Unify. Hey, Dinah? Yeah? Oh, nothing. I think I'm gonna buy that. Come on, out with it. It's just been ages since we've gotten to bask in the sun like this. This is the same spot where we used to do it, too. And we'd sneak over the checkpoint after dark and scare the life out of all the soldiers. Well, luckily we never got caught now that I think about it. I can't imagine enjoying the local jail too much. I guess I understand why Ramona always got mad at us when we told her about it. Miss those days, you know. Thought we were invincible. Nothing could touch us so long as we were together. Sometimes I wish we were still those same kids. Innocent. Happy. I know? Listen to me, Unifi. What is it? This war with Sonoira is getting worse every day, and it's not stopping anytime soon. Never know when I might not be around to protect you anymore. If I'm not, I want you to go with Elaine. He'll keep you safe, I'm sure of it. What are you talking about, Dinah? I always promised we'd protect each other, not just one way around. You're a good kid, you know that. Sometimes you gotta forget the past and look ahead. Dinah, I can't believe you'd even think such a thing. Hold on, Unifi. No, as long as we've known each other, it's always been what you want, what you feel. How about me, huh? Of course I want to make it through this war. I don't want to do it without you. Please, never talk to me about dying again. Sorry, Unifi. I could promise that, but the real world's not as pretty as we'd like. No guarantee that any of us will make it back alive. I don't care. The only thing that matters to me is being with you. Fine, you win. I'm not going anywhere. I swear it. Thank you, Dinah. You're the best friend a girl could ever ask for. Guess this is what I get for indulging you all the time. Oh, Keith. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to save the finishing of this for Sunday. Oban and Magellan. Oh, okay, this is that one. Damn, it's cold. So this is snow, huh? Almost like some kind of freezing white sand. Gotta wonder how the folks here deal with it all year round.
Like we had it any better. The desert will kill you during the day, then chill you to the bone once night comes.
No matter what they're facing, people always figure out ways to adapt. That's what it means being alive, I guess. Still, strange thinking we'd never be standing here if it wasn't for Elaine. I remember what the boss used to tell us. Get out of the desert. See Featherth for what it's got to give. Never made sense coming from someone who loved that place as much as she did. Pissed me off every damn time I heard it.
Because she knew something had to change, Magellan. Whole life she watched over our people, treated like nothing more than liars and thieves. Us, we had a chance to show the world what that stretch of sand means to them. Show them who we really are.
If she seriously meant all that, then she should have just said so.
Yeah, like that'd work. The whole speech would have gone in one ear and out the other. He was right, though. Now, come on. We got work.
Alright. Adel and Berenice is here, okay. Playing ghosts out here or what? Ah, Berenice. I really thought to sneak in a bit of extra training. Much as I hate to admit it, it's still plenty to learn compared to the more senior Knights of the Liberation. I only have one option. Strive to reach the heights of my betters. Or be left ever choking upon their dust. Better answer than I was expected. You know, I'm pretty big on training myself, but not really for the same reason. Always looking for people who want to spar, too. What do you say? I'd be glad to if you had a steed to face me on. Like I even need one. Word of warning, though. Think of me like some common soldier, and I promise you'll regret it. I suppose that's what I get for making assumptions. Now let's begin. Impressive bout, Berenice. Not only did you elude my charges and strike at my flank, you even positioned yourself opposite my spear, all while keeping at a safe distance. You weren't so bad yourself. You and that horse of yours move with the same mind, even more now than our days back in the Order. Can't say I was expecting a fight that tough. That's high praise coming from you. You know, if you want to spar again, yeah? I'm not planning to choke on your dust either. Or over here.
definitely need a piss break soon. Officer and Govil is so random. The lady in Govil makes more sense. See, your tail is wagging, Govil. There's something you're feeling especially pleased with. Not really, no. Kinda does that sometimes, when I see a friend come home safe. I mean to say my presence is the cause of such a phenomenon. Now that I think about it, this very thing used to happen to the dog on Palladio whenever she saw me. Not a pet, you know. How would you feel if I said you reminded me of some damn monkey? I'm not especially thrilled, I suppose. Forgive my lack of manners, Govil. Besides, you're far more majestic than those adorable little dogs could ever hope to be. Yeah? I think I get used to nesting. Not that I blame you for thinking a puppy's cute. Same thought crosses my mind whenever I see a little human running around town. Just can't help but going over to ruffle their hair, you know? Somehow I struggle to imagine that. Couldn't dream of treating an adult like that, though. I suggest you start thinking the same. Telling you especially to remind you of a pet, I try to rip your throat out. Wag of his tail appears to say otherwise. Oh, Wolf Joker. Okay, we got another 4 we can bang out here. Alright, I'm gonna go piss right now then. I do enjoy sipping my beer. Keeps me warm. Oh, but yeah, bathroom. I forgot how efficient my body is with alcohol. Alright, we got 3 here. Unify and Govil. Okay, Govils are all just here. Get it, Govil. Your fur always so nice and clean all the time. You do something specific to take care of it? Oh, we're getting snow soon? Fuck me. Nah, not really. Barely even had time to groom with all the fighting we've been doing. Huh, actually, let me check what that snow is. It's already this perfect now. Think about how much softer it'll get once we brush it. You're gonna brush it for me? Oh, Sorry, wolves like me are not supposed to get excited over that kind of stuff. So don't go thinking I'm gonna roll over and show you my belly. I'm not gonna go rubbing my face on your brush like a damn house cat either. Still, I know you only offered out of the kindness of your heart. But if you seriously want to do it, I guess I wouldn't mind. It's for a bit. Wow, really? Oh, I can't wait. Let's just do it somewhere away from the camp, yeah? I think I just about died on the spot if someone saw us. Fuck, when are we getting snow?
snow's a bitch. Looks like rain. Are we getting snow soon? It all looks like rain. Even if we are getting snow, it's gonna melt by Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's warm. Oh wow, Sunday's so warm. Yeah, tomorrow's not even cold. No, brother, it is 50. Wait, I need to look. Fuck, I really wish it would have been warm during Let's Make Big Move. This weekend I'm going to that Smash tourney in New York City. At least it's not going to be impossible to win. I mean, I'm going to go too. I haven't practiced it. I said, fuck it, I'll be a YouTuber instead. I'm mostly there just to have fun with people I know. I think there's gonna come a day where I take one Smash tourney seriously. But it hasn't been any of the ones I've ever done. Oh, Bertrand and Goval also go horribly. Some scar you got there, Bertrand. One on my forehead, you mean? I earned it back when Zenora first invaded our lands. Kinda hard to imagine now with a shield as massive as yours. He was a swordsman, an enemy soldier wielding the keenest of twin blade. He struck fast, faster than a bear like me can hope to avoid. No matter how large or sturdy a shield you hold, it may as well not exist if you can't even make use of it. I didn't realize. The monster cut down our brethren without so much as a moment's hesitation, looking to escape with my life. First, you could say. Apologies if I frightened you. That's not it. Just surprised the guy stuffs you could get beat like that. Anyway, where is he now? I want to get a good swing at him myself. Fortunately, the man has long since passed. Ambushed him after the initial hostilities, overwhelmed him through sheer force of numbers. As you know well, Tide of War has already turned against him. We had our revenge, yes, though could do nothing to stem from Minora's vile onslaught. He's already dead and gone. Dead and gone. Same goes for my dream of avenging you. Enough, Gold. Why don't you throw your life away over something so trivial? There are too many friends in this war. Too many people I love. That's why I'm here. Make sure I never have to lose anyone else again. Hold on, did you just call me a friend? Eh. Guess he's not wrong. I've had our history and all, but things are different now. We're fighting for the same army, bleeding the same blood. It's pretty good knowing I've got a friend like you watching my back end. I don't have to go running off too much. Yeah, I didn't play Smash seriously until like the last 8 months. I booted it up again recently. Youngling still got it, but damn is my Pyra Mithril washed. And Selvi, okay. Sigils provide us quite the boon through our instructive battles with the phantom soldiers within. Glad to hear it. And yet, there's something on your mind, Selvi. Yes, in fact, there is. Due to the fluid nature of the Liberation's work, we rarely stay in one location for very long. Thus, my research always tends to feel far more rushed than I would prefer. Understandable concern, yes. Even I know that surveys such as yours require more than an afternoon or two to carry out. I suppose that means we have no choice but to part ways. That's not what I'm saying at all. Forgive me, Selvi, it was merely a joke. I couldn't envision pressing on without you at our side. When you next tell a joke, try to make it funny, Life would be a great deal more difficult alone, not only with the sigils themselves, but even simply traveling between them. But given my contribution to the battle, I feel our agreement is mutually beneficial. As do I. On that matter, I often do have trouble asking an academic to risk her life in combat. They shouldn't. Field research requires a certain level of physical prowess, which I honed over years of solitary wandering. I remember you were by yourself when we first met as well. Prefer to work alone? No, actually. Made it a point to hire mercenaries at every new site. For some reason, they always ended up running away. I had a position in your royal court, Elaine. I could bury myself in research day after day, without a care for money, for guards, or even time itself. A wonderful idea, Selby. A fitting reward for all the fine work you've done for this army. All you have to do is be patient for now. That dream shall be yours once Corny is restored. Oh, as it so happened... Oh, typo. That was meant to be a joke of my own. The offer is an alluring one. For the sake of your research, let's double our efforts and bring this war to a close as soon as possible.
That one wasn't romantic. Alster Gobo. Random. Frigid wastes these are. In the desert, my shield grew hot enough to roast a steak. Same as Raylanor. Yet here, I fear it's better suited as a children's sled. Hold on, are you saying you cooked food on that thing? Yeah, you're better off throwing on some more layers if you... Got plenty of nice warm clothes over in town. I welcome the advice, but I often struggle to contend with the crudity of winter attire. Yeah? Got opinions on how crude my fur is, too? Apologies, it's not how I meant it. It's the sensation of my skin which I find disappointing. In my home, it is tradition to dress in highly intricate fabrics for banquets and other noteworthy occasions. One such textile is a thick ring of fur which drapes around the wearer's neck. Having worn it once myself, it felt more akin to a wool-bound snake than... Indeed, the garment wriggled around my neck with such bristly ferocity, I hardly stood still all evening. Sounds pretty funny when you put it like that.
Bring back any memories?
Go, please! Keep your fur at arm's length, I beg you.
Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
No. Suppose I have forgotten the cold for a moment. You have my thanks, brave wolf.
Sure, I mention it.
I think I'm gonna end soon. I want to bang out a few more.
Don't mind me saying, Jeremy, I saw you risk your life to defend that of an ally in our most recent battle.
Not that, did you? I was Mr. Shield, so.
However, I've also word of you concealing yourself behind another unit, ensuring they would be the ones attacked and not you. Was such duplicity intentional?
Boss. I'm a changed man, you know. Changed man wouldn't go pushing those kids up to the front line.
You to imply they stepped forth of their own volition, and that you trusted their ability to defend themselves.
I wouldn't complain if that's how you wanted to put it. Think about it. Folks I was standing behind got an arrow in their necks. Who do you think would be next? Me. Whatever you think of the way I do things, not stupid.
No choice but to believe your words. Though, even if you judge them capable enough to handle it, I ask that you never hide behind your allies in such a manner.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Jeremy, I also ask that you not place yourself in harm's way for the sake of those less skilled than you.
Yeah, don't worry. Wouldn't dream of it, same as I said before.
Most strange how well he listens given everything else.
Okay. How many honors do I have?
That's on.
If there's any more I can, like, bang out of certain characters. I mean, Oben is literally just him and Jeremy. Actually, we've been waiting on this one. Hey, today my best pal, Oben. How can I help you? I want to hear about that friend of yours. What you said took his morals to the grave. So it's not worth telling. Not for me, or for you. I think it is. Now come on, out with it.
Suit yourself. I had a partner once, back when I was still just learning the trade. I would never stop talking about wanting to be a knight. Love just this and sacrifice that. When a pack of bandits started attacking a nearby town, I went after him. Oh. Of course, I wasn't about to let him march off to his death, but followed pretty close behind. Bastards saw me. Just as I thought they were going to strike the killing blow, my friend jumped in the way. Took it himself. Yeah. Only one person I'm looking out for now. It's me. Didn't realize you had it that rough. How you know? I don't need your sympathy for what it's worth. That's not what I'm getting at. I honestly could have guessed it was something like that. I was happy just calling you a coward instead of learning the truth for myself. Sorry, Jeremy. First the boss and now you. Why can't everyone just leave me the hell alone? Ask me, you're all too damn nice for your own good. You're not through with this dog you pretend to be. Don't get any big ideas about jumping in front of me, yeah? You don't get yourself killed like he did, I would have better be telling you about it in the first place. I hope I don't help him out in instinct then. I'll get his backstory. Might as well bang out this one. I think I saw was the last one. Lane and Celeste. Temperature seems rather normal today, Celeste. Perhaps you've finally grown somewhat used to my presence. I believe I have after all those mornings we spent shaking hands. The adventure was well worth it, I'd say. Even if it meant being teased by Lex every time he walked by. Something funny. Well, I'd never have taken the hand of a prince before we started doing all this practice. And every time I do, it feels like I've become a princess. Just for a moment. One with neither castle nor crown, I should remind you. It's strange to think that without this war, we would likely never have even met each other. Huh? Sorry, I seem to have let myself get carried away for a second there. I don't say that to reprimand you, Celeste. I really find it beautiful, or even the most terrible of situations, give rise to so many fine friendships. Potentially more than that. But should it bring you joy to think of yourself as a princess, I'll tell you not to do otherwise. Elaine and I spent much of my time as a child reading fairy tales, and stories of royal families and fearless adventurers. Often I would close my eyes and imagine I was a character in one myself. To hear you speak such kind words to me, I'm starting to wonder if I truly am. Fine thought, yes. Then, come, we have a song to sing with the animals of the forest. Perhaps we didn't go that far into the fantasy. It's going to be so much fun. Well, I suppose I wouldn't mind humoring her for at least a little while. Right? Yeah, I think I'll call it there. I did over 2 hours of Rapports. Alright. Don't have as many left. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's not that bad. Of course, you have 17 though. 18, 19, 22. Out of that, 23, 24, 5, 26, 7, 28, 29. No, we can't. 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 36, 38. $39, 40. Yeah, there's really just 40 left. Okay, that's not that bad. Guess I'll do that one next time. So yeah, 40 more left, and then we do the final chapter. That seems doable. I think we did like 60 plus. So. A lot of them were Elaine focused too, which are usually fat or longer ones. Yeah. I think that's a good place to end it. So yeah, we'll do this Sunday, I think. We'll try to do Sunday. Maybe Monday. We'll see. Yeah, not a lot of streaming more for me. I'm gonna be focused more on videos for a bit, so yeah, be doing that. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, hopefully. Follow on Blue Sky, and maybe I'll give details. Alright. Thanks, guys. Peace.